Hello, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. We can see some camera on. So we just, to start, first we would like to tell you that we are very happy that we have the opportunity to meet with you. So as you may know, I am Mark, and that's my colleague Mary.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mary. And maybe just to start, because some of you may have questions to maybe better know us. So if you want to use the chat, or you can also raise your hands and ask one or two questions to Mary or me, whatever, it could be great. And also, we are also curious and would like to know things about you. So if, once again, you can use the chat and put information about who you are, what are your profession, and where you are in the world. We will be happy to know that too.
Where you come from, where you came.
Yeah, and we know that some people we have already met virtually, sadly, but that now the name we know. We can see Erich from Austria. Hi, Erich. I don't know if you say Erich or Eric, but Eric. You're welcome. Okay. So maybe if we can go in the chat and see if some of you have made presentation. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
We have Alison, Holland.
Yeah, we have people, a lot of people from Canada, Montana. Where else? I'm curious to know.
London.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Canada, Montana.
A lot of people from Canada. That's great.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. And we are curious, but you are not, because you don't want to know anything about us. That maybe you know too much us because you've been participating to webinars or to the Future Learn platform.
Germany, Rome. Yes. In fact, we thought it could be great for you to have that opportunity to ask questions to us, any kind of questions, because most of you are following the MOOC, the online course. So go for it. You can ask whatever you want in the chat, or just I think you can raise your hand or ask for your microphone to be off on.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe just to let you know that we have set up this meeting as a meeting and not a webinar. So we really want it to be really interactive. We have a lot of things to say, but we are usually the only one to speak. And it can be great also if you can give your opinion. And we are going to make a few activities, and hopefully you will be part of it, fully part of it.
Yeah, so that's the opportunity and the occasion to ask questions about, we said us, or the course, or the training, or the bricks, whatever you want.
And we have people from Germany, Italy. Great, welcome everyone.
Lecce. Oh, we've been told that it's a very nice place.
Yeah. Maybe if you don't have questions so far, we can...
No one is curious?
No.
No, I can't believe it. I'm sure you have questions.
Maybe we are too curious.
I'm sure I have many questions. I'm not allowed to ask you questions, Mark?
Yeah, why not?
So maybe we can ask you questions. Who are you? Who among you are part of the MOOC? Who is joining us online right now? Just to know how many people. No one.
Maybe not.
No?
Because there were people, a lot of people were participating to the previous webinars. So maybe you can also, of course, ask questions whenever you want during this webinar, and we can start maybe. So we have prepared a first activity just to remind you that for each session, we will have a specific topic. It is a 45-minute session, and the topic for today is pre-braille. So maybe we have prepared an activity in order to know what you think about pre-braille, what is pre-braille, and so on. So maybe we can start by that.
Yeah, great. In fact, it's a brainstorming session we would like to have just to try to give a short definition of pre-braille. So I'm going to share our screen just to let us go to a small application online called Mentimeter. So what you have to do is two solutions. Either you describe pre-braille with 1 or 2 words in the chat. I know it is difficult, only 1 or 2 words. Or the other solution, you can go online to www.menti.com, so MENTI, and you use a code just to enter the same cloud we have online here. So the code is 22876273. So you have it on screen, I am sure. Once again, it's www.menti.com and the code is 22876273. And you just have then to write 1 or 2 words to describe pre-braille. And of course, tell us if it's not working.
I'm going to try it.
Okay, or just use the chat. Oh, we have one question. There will be a page where all the pre-braille activities are in Spanish. We are currently working on some adaptation and translation of activities. And we hope we'll be able one day to provide a French and Spanish version of activities. So yeah, we have that in mind and we are working on it with all the pre-braille and braille activities. So Mark.
Yeah, I'm just the step to put the code. Okay.
So www.menti.com and use the code 22876273, or just use the chat to describe. Oh, we are having words right now. So you have several, you have several try you can use, and then the words will appear in that word cloud. And if some people, a few are writing the same word, it will become bigger on screen. So far we have starting point, fun, tracking, tactile sensitivity, left to right, hand strengthening. You can also use the chat, and Mark, you can then copy the words from the chat to the word cloud. What else? Mangled. Access. Okay. It can take a few seconds and minutes to use it, but helpful. Functionality. Preparation to braille. Oh, someone used, is it 3 words? No, 2.
One is small.
Okay. Starting point, left to right, functionality. I think things are coming.
Yeah.
That's in purpose that we said only 1 to 2 words, because we can have a full definition and very large definition. And in fact, it's not in all countries that people have the same kind of definition of pre-braille. Is it what all the prerequisites you have to work on before braille? Is it the starting point of braille where you begin to learn the characters, read and write? So that's interesting to know. We have also in the chat reading, great. Dotty stories. So if we have reading, I think we can have pre-reading. So if I read once again the word cloud, we have beginning, functionality, access, left to right, tracking, starting point, mangled. I'm not sure everyone is aware of what is mangled. It was, in fact, it was a lady, Susan. What was her name? I don't remember. No. Maybe you can help us. But she made a method.
Sally
Mangle, yeah. pre-braille method with a lot of exercise to work and start with pre-braille and tracking skills. We have in the chat also skills concept, innovated, and the biggest word on the image is fun.
Yeah.
So everyone
that's
think
the smallest one, but the biggest
the
one.
shortest one, but the biggest one.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay. And skills concept. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
a little bit more. No. Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I like it. So we're gonna keep it and maybe try to make a post on Facebook, see if we have some new ideas coming or creative ones, I'm sure. So thank you. This was fun and helpful as the words we can see here. Mark, in fact, we took some definitions from the MOOC.
Yeah, because we have met a few persons that have that are currently assisting to the MOOC, and you are more than 1,000 people that have already joined the course or are in process of finishing the course. And the comments are very interesting. And some people say that they are at week 8 at the end of the course, and they are really happy to come back to the first or second week to see what people have commented. So we have made a short selection of few definitions that people gave directly in the comments, and that are of course related to pre-braille.
And thanks to Kylie, in the chat you have the link to go to the APH Hall of Fame, and you will have an article about Mangold if you want to learn more about Sally. Okay, so just sharing another screen with the few sentences we took, trying to have it online. Okay, so first one was coming from Shirley Madlow, and she said, pre-braille to me means loading those fingers with sensitivity skills to be able to differentiate the attributes of many items before getting into the braille dots that are super small but delicate to the finger touch. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a second definition that we can see.
Yes.
So it was said by Bridget Thompson. So pre-braille, that's sorting activities, tracking activities, positional language, lots of hands-on activity. Pre-braille to me means loading those fingers with sensitivity skills to be able to differentiate. They are great definition. I like them.
Yes. We have also a lot of Christians. For me, pre-braille is exploring in a playful way, without effective braille, what you can do with your hands. Getting to know your hands and how to use them for different types of activities where tactile skills are important. Yes, that's great, because from the beginning we have the playful way. So really pre-braille, it's exploring in a playful braille. And that's what you will help children acquire that effective braille she's talking about with hands.
Yeah, what we can do with your hands.
Yes.
I like this. Then we have another one from Enas Aben Elatif, and that's pre-braille skills are skill designed to increase tactual awareness and perceptions in individuals who will learn to read and write braille in the future. Start by teaching the following concepts: rough or smooth, soft or hard, small or big.
So that's indeed the prerequisite.
And pre-braille is much more than just be able to read. You really have to work a lot of concepts.
We have then another comment from Sharanya. She said, pre-braille are activities and skills that will foster braille readiness in children who are potential braille readers. So I read again because that was not so good. Pre-braille are activities and skills that will foster braille readiness in children who are potential braille readers. It is a multisensory approach to braille reading readiness. As mentioned above, are the fundamentals of what concepts pre-braille looks into. So really, that's what we are talking about, the prerequisite of Braille and this multisensory approach.
Yeah. Then another one from Elaine Gilmore. For me, this is about concept development and tactile discrimination skills that align with child development. So that's a holistic view of pre-braille, and we like it, as you know.
Then we have, once again, Enas Abdelatif, who says, great instruction related to the correct orientation. That was another comment from an activity about orientation. And he says, I am a little curious to know, can this work more with younger children or older ones? And can we start teaching these topics for illiterate youth with visual impairment, or is it more effective and created for younger learners? We have that question many times, very often. And in fact, that's one aspect of pre-braille. Is pre-braille only for very, very young learners just before you start learning Braille? And can you perform pre-braille activities even if you are a good Braille reader? And that's something we saw from our experience, that some big boys or girls who can read Braille sometimes are struggling with manipulative, tactile aspect, or need to develop some specific skills with space orientation and so on, and then will benefit from pre-braille activities. So really, I don't know what to answer to this question. I don't know what you think. It's a live session, so you are allowed to talk and change and share with us. But I think for some children, for some students, it is really great, even if they are old, big, to go back to pre-braille activities and be sure that they have all the basics in terms of manipulation, of orientation and space recognition. Yeah, and in our experience, we know that some people will answer they are more adequate for younger children, and others say, oh no, it would be better for older one. And what is great is that there is no correct answer. And that's also the reason why we haven't put any information about ages in the activity. That's really, we know that each child are individual and we have to adapt to the child we are teaching. Maybe another one. Yeah, so that's Ellen Gilmore once again. Some of the participants are more active in commenting. So that's the Lego Braille bricks are now being used with those children at an early age literacy stage. It is playful and so meaningful for this particular group. So Elaine particularly thinks that Lego Braille bricks are more effective with younger students. Another comment from Liliana Marot. I am working with 2 6-year-old children with visual impairments. They are learning the Braille alphabet and already have knowledge of the Braille cell and some letters. My question is, should we still introduce Lego Braille bricks to these children, starting with doing activities in the pre-Braille category? So, what do you think? Do you have any ideas or experience to share with us? Do you use this pre-Braille category with children who already know the Braille alphabet or can write a few words, their names, for example? Yeah. It can be great if you can share that with us. I'm surprised. No one wants to talk today. No. But that's the point of the live session. So please try, or yeah, I think you are all allowed to open your microphone and talk with us. I'm sure.
It can be part of an answer to Liliana, but we know that a lot of math teachers, science teachers are using Lego Braille bricks with their really older students, and it works very well for them.
And this live session is the first one, the test. We wanted to directly talk to you. So the topic is pre-braille, but we will share with you the program of the other session, and we really want to have things about math, about music, orientation and mobility, and so on. So I can see that someone raised a hand.
Yeah.
Where are you, Alison?
No, we can't hear you.
Good evening. Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great.
Thank you, Alison.
The wonders of technology.
Yes.
I would say I've thoroughly enjoyed the Lego Braille bricks. My answer to Liliana's question would be for the little girl that I've worked with, sometimes when she gets too anxious or stressed with the development of the alphabet, we go back to her fun games. It just levels her out slightly, it reduces her anxiety, and we can start again in any shape or form. But I think that because she's thoroughly enjoyed the pre-braille games and that sense of fun, certainly, as I said, it just reduces her anxiety, and she realizes that she can achieve, and it is the Braille code is difficult, but she can achieve. And as I said, it just gives her a leveler occasionally when the world is just not going her way.
Great.
Yeah, great.
That's amazing. Yeah, most of the time children show us the way, in fact.
Yeah.
And you're totally right. Braille can be difficult, but it can be also fun. So it depends which kind of activities you offer and how. So yeah, that's exactly what we think with Mark. Mixed type of activities can be great to have that fun moment, and then something a little bit more tricky or that you think is difficult. And yes.
No, I totally agree. And what certainly has happened for us is that she loves Twins Friends. She renamed it, but as I said, she's absolutely blossomed with where she is at now. But because due to her other medical needs, as I said, there's just days that she wants to engage, but she just hasn't got the energy. And it just, as I said, it just thinks, as I was saying, it's just that self-awareness and the anxiety that she sometimes has. But for us, as I said, I've thoroughly enjoyed working with the bricks, and as you've just said, is using a multitude of activities, certainly for the fact of trying to get her engaged with, i.e. atypical size Braille. which is certainly an effort in itself, bless her. But again, she's 5, so we're all trying. We're all trying.
What's the name of the activity? The new name she invented?
Oh, as I said, she calls it twin beds. And then we've also progressed with the missing number. That she's introduced a Lego Braille character, and she's made up this whole story of using the thief stealing the letters, stealing the numbers from the bank. And it's just absolutely thoroughly engaged her that she brings different characters to steal the numbers from the number track. So as I say, one concept has just morphed for her to engage with her numbers, and it's just been fantastic.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Happy to know.
Yeah,
Thank you, Alison. Mark, do you want to read
the next one from Rebecca Moody? I wish we had this before we started teaching my Brailler. He is competent at brailing, but any tactile learning will be helpful, as I am hoping to engage more of the children in his class with games using the Lego brick, the Braille Lego. Yeah, and that's something we often also see, because people saying that they can do a few literacy or numeracy activity with Lego Braille bricks, but they are now more in regular Braille. And we can see that a lot of children really love to make those activities. Like Alison said with this little girl, they like to come back to and use another tool, in fact, to learn different skills that can be reached with Lego Braille bricks. It's just a different tool, and at a certain moment, they are really happy not to read on a paper, but to make another activity related to Braille with Lego Braille bricks. So that's great.
And I totally agree, and I can say the exact same sentence, thinking of some students I had before, and they would have been so happy to have the Lego Braille bricks at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's too late for them. They are grown up now, but really that's an amazing tool for that inclusive part also, because everyone knows Lego. Everyone knows these kind of bricks, so it is Lego, but specially made for the Braille readers and writers, and most of the time they are proud of showing and sharing this to the whole class. And really, we advise everyone to try to use this in a full class, in inclusive settings, in fact, and really make the game with some other children. So that's why you have enough bricks in the box and enough base plate to play with peers.
Yeah. And that's also why we have, for each activity, you have at least 2 or 3 skills that are for every kind of children, not for just visually impaired children.
Yes.
Maybe 2 more and we can play activities.
We have Jill Chambers saying definitely, as well as giving the practitioner a visual justification of the activity and benefit behind them to those who are not familiar with the pedagogy of Lego Braille bricks. They provide the evidence of the personalized journey being taken by the students. Lesson plan should necessarily look the same. Oh, no.
Yeah,
no two lesson plans should necessarily look the same for 2 different learners. Of course, we need to adapt all lessons and activities to learners. And that's what you said, Alison. Also, the children can help us adapt, because some of the times we offer suggestions and what came in our imagination, Mark and I. So we decided of titles of activities, find animals and things like that to illustrate the activity. But of course, it's great if the children or yourself can adapt to what they like. If they hate. We are thinking of a snake, the activity called Snake. We found a little girl who was too afraid of snakes to play this activity, and she had to find another kind of animal to make it, because it was not possible for her.
Yeah, and the last one, a very short one, but we like it, from Birgit Netzer-Mozuglu. The bricks are key openers, and we really think that's a good summary of what could be Lego Braille bricks. So maybe we can go to the next slide, and that's a slide that you cannot reach even if you are part of the MOOC. Course. Yeah. And even you can see that people are coming for more than 100 different countries, 101 countries.
So in fact, it's the map of the world showing where learners come from for, in the online platform, the FutureLearn course. So it says learning to play with Lego Braille bricks. It's 11 October 2021, and you have the full map with different colors, blue, gray with no one, light blue with a few people, and the darker the blue is, the more people are coming from these countries.
Yeah, and we are, in fact, 200 people coming from the UK, for example, and other countries, it can be sometimes 1 or 2 persons. But what is important is that you know that the Lego Braille bricks are distributed for free so far in 21 countries. And here you can see that people can come from 101 countries. And that's a suggestion that we wanted to make, to present to you 3 different activities in pre-braille that can be made with Duplo or classic bricks, and that can be easy to do. And even if you have Lego Braille bricks, you can use classic bricks, and that can be a good way also to increase the amount of bricks that you have, so that you can make them in the whole class, for example, if you're having a lot of children at the same time. So we would like to go to the first activity. We are going to present in each category of pre-braille. The first one in manipulation will be cake decorating with Duplo. Then we will go to find the crazy duck with classic bricks in the orientation part, and 6-car parking lot. That's an activity in constellation, and we will make them also with other kind of Lego bricks. So we are going to share our phone, our camera, I mean, a close-up camera, so that you can follow those activities. And
it is the end of the day for us, and it has been a long day and a long week. So we are in France, and it's 6:30 p.m.
So maybe you know the first activity is called cake decorating. So I have taken the activity sheet so that you will know what to do with this activity. And I have just prepared, that's very easy. In fact, you just need a base plate with, or Duplo, because we are going to use Duplos. You need a base plate and a few Duplos. They can be different size. And if you're familiar with this activity, you already know that, but the aim of this activity is to be able to take each brick one by one and to identify the top and the bottom in order to place the brick correctly on the base plate. So what to say to the children? So first one, imagine the base plate is a giant cake and needed to be decorated. Imagine the bricks are chocolate chips. Place the bricks on the base plate wherever you want, but do not let them touch each other. So maybe I can take the camera, and Mary, if you want to close your eyes, and make the activity.
I can see people still joining us. I think it was.
How can you see? You're supposed to have your eyes closed.
Sorry. So it is Duplo we stolen from young children, and they have different shapes. So I can feel one here with a round shape, and it's a bigger base plate with bigger studs, in fact. So I have one here. Very big and large one.
Remember, do not let them touch each other.
Okay. Are you sure I will be able to place them everywhere? It seems the base plate is small.
That's difficult because the base plate is small, but I have tried it before. So
okay.
Yes, you can.
I still have more.
Yeah, you have 4 more. Hurry up.
And I think the square one are white chocolate chips. The longer one are maybe dark. Okay. Oh no. They touch. Okay, I think they don't touch.
Yeah, great. So that's an activity that can be very easy to do. But also, if you reduce the size of the base plate, the activity can be, of course, more difficult. And also, if you increase the number of bricks, even if you're using Lego bricks. So that's an activity usually that people and children, very young children like to do and to do again and again. So that's one suggestion. You can use Duplo bricks. And of course, in other activity too, that's just a suggestion.
And that's also really interesting to use different shapes, because then children can talk about the shapes, or you can ask them to add as many round shape as square shape Duplo bricks, for example, so they have to look and count and things like that.
Ready for the next one?
Yes.
So for the next one, you just need classic bricks.
Okay.
So if you don't know, classic bricks are bricks with 8 studs arranged in 2 columns, 4 by 2. And for the work will be made by the teacher. So I'm the teacher.
Okay.
And I'm going to prepare Crazy Duck activity. So if I read what is written on the sheet is how to prepare, I need 1 base plate and 10 bricks. Of course, 10 Lego bricks or 10 classic bricks. Make a line of space bricks in reading position across the top of the base plate. Place one of those bricks in the opposite direction. Remember that in this section orientation, children are not able to read yet, but we want to teach them that the bricks have to have a position.
Oh, so in fact, you
position.
Started to attach 1 brick at the top left corner of the base plate in what we call the correct reading position. That means vertical.
Yeah.
Then you leave 1 row of space, another vertical brick, 1 space, a vertical brick, 1 space, a vertical brick. So we have 6 bricks vertical, then 1 space, and 1 is horizontal.
Yeah.
And then 3 more vertical.
Yeah, and that's a great exercise because, of course, they will have to identify the orientation of the bricks, but also that's a good exercise to track line, to learn how to track line, because, of course, you're going to tell them to use both hands, index fingers, and track like if they were reading a book. And also, we were amazed by some students that have a lot of imagination because they were following the lines and they were acting as if they were reading. So that was nice to see.
Do you want me to read? So it's written, Mark is playing.
Yeah, but you have to use your both hands.
Okay, Mark is playing with the hidden duck.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
And once again, if you want, you can also hide a brick of a different size. If you want to just hide same position, but hide a shorter one, for example, so that will be more difficult to track and to make and to feel the difference on the line.
Yeah, so a last activity. So that's called 6-car parking lot. So I have prepared a base plate, already arranged like a 6-car parking lot, like a Braille cell, in fact. That is to say, I have, with classic bricks, I have made a line to divide the base plate into 2 vertical parts. And in the horizontal way, I have divided into 3 parts. So I have .1 at the top left corner, a space for .2, .3, a space for .4, 5, and 6. And that's really what constellation, pre-braille constellation is about. And here we are going to use any kind of Lego. So for example, I have 1 Lego 3 by 2.
So 6 studs only.
Yeah, I have 1 with 2 studs. So it can be 1 by 2 or 2 by 1. I don't know how it's called. Then you can have with 4, 2 by 2. You can have a longer one, like 1 by 4 or 1 by 6. Any kind, in fact, we really don't care, just one with one stud. You can have funny shaped Legos, like if they are representing a bridge or whatever. In fact, you just have to have any kind of Lego having from 1 to 6 studs. And because in this activity, you are going to roll a die and then to place the bricks with the correct number of passengers. They are cars. Each brick is a car, and each stud is a passenger in a car. So, for example, if I roll 6, I will have to find among all the bricks a brick with 6 studs. That's a car with 6 passengers. And then I roll again a die. For example, I have 4, and I have to place this car with 6 passengers in the parking lot number 4. And so that's easy to do. And why it's important to have 6 passenger possible in the car is that not in all languages you can find a brick, a sign, a math symbol, or a letter with 6 dots. But it's important for the child to know and understand that a Braille cell has 6 dots. So that's why it's great to do that. So maybe we can try. I'm not using a die, but I'm using classic bricks, not classic Lego Braille bricks. They will be die. So for example, I pick one and Mary. So that's written 3 on, where are you? 3. So you have to pick a car with 3 passengers.
Oh no, I was thinking that this can be a nightmare. Oh yeah.
I had to add one because there were no one.
No one.
So a car with 3 passengers.
But I can also take a car with 1 passenger and another with 2 and decide that this is my 3 passenger
car. And you have to place it in place number
1. So I think number 1 is top left. So I have my 2 cars with 1 and 2, 3 passengers in number 1.
Yeah. And that's a great activity that we can do with young children and older ones, because you can use Lego Braille bricks as instead of die. So they have to read the number and the younger one can play and make the activity. So that was our suggestion for different kind of adaptation of activities in pre-Braille categories. And maybe Mary, if you can tell us the conclusion, because it's almost time to say bye.
We wanted also to talk to you a little bit about the next session. So maybe I'm going to share once again my screen and go directly to legobraillebricks.com, where we will find all information about, I'm doing it while I'm speaking, so that's why it looks weird. Okay. So here we are in the website, legobraillebricks.com. If you go to facilitation, you have a small card called live session at the bottom right.
With a picture of us.
Yes, because it's always, sorry. And then you have the full list of the next live session. So the first one was about topic today, pre-braille, sorry. But from January, we will have special guests. So it won't be only the 2 of us. In January, we will talk about playful learning experiences and visual impairment. And we're going to try to find how we can evaluate that an activity can be joyful for a child with visual impairment, how we can evaluate that they are physically engaged, and so on. I think you are familiar with the 5 characteristics of playful learning experiences. And we're going to have Pierre Ofgard with us. He's a senior facilitator at the Lego Foundation. If you are joining us on the MOOC right now, you know about him because He made some video with us, and we're going to talk about these playful learning experiences for children with visual impairment. Then next month in February, we're going to talk about educators' mindset. We know that this is fundamental if we want really to engage children and to benefit from learning through play. So that's going to be educators' mindset. And hopefully we're going to have Pierre also for this live session, or one of his colleagues from the LEGO Foundation. Then in March, we want to talk about mathematics. It's not frightening, it's really fun and nice, and we can do high-level math with LEGO Braille bricks. It's not only for young people, and a lot of teachers already contacted us to share experience with math and LEGO Braille bricks. So that's going to be our topic with a special guest too. Then in March, April, it's going to be science computing. So just be careful that the 10th of April is a Sunday. So I'm not sure we will be able to have a live session and a guest. So it will be the 11th on Monday. And it's going to be about science and computing. Maybe you've heard about Scratch, that way of illustrating computing science and so on. So how can we use LEGO Braille bricks for science and computing? Then we will go to May and music. I don't know if you are part of the Facebook community, but last week or the week before, someone shared her experience with harmony and music, and that was really great. And lots of people also contacted us because they are doing music with LEGO Braille bricks. So we want to have a special guest too, maybe two special guests, and talk about how we can use and integrate LEGO Braille bricks in a musical activity. And the last one in June is about orientation and mobility. So once again, one or two special guests to talk about how we can use LEGO Braille bricks to build plans, to visualize routes, and how we can create labels, letters, words, and so on. So if you want to join us for these live sessions, you will find all the information in Facebook and also in the website.
Yeah. And remember that you have to register to each of them, not each of them, but the one you want to be part of.
And if you want to be one of our special guests, because you think you have some great ideas on one specific topic, just contact us. You know how to do. And if you don't know, you just have to press the contact button on the website and we will receive your email. I think it's quite time for us to say
goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we really hope to see you on the January the 10th for the next and the second live session.
And if you have some comments, questions that are coming right now, we can stay a little bit and you can use the chat or the microphone if you want. We are here for a few more minutes. I can see the chat. Enjoy your weekend and Merry Christmas. Yes, thank you. Thank you too. That was great. Someone already shared, the activities, park the car, orientation, and the facilitation lab session on the screen. Thank you, Alison. That was helpful. Thank you to all of you. Maybe one little challenge. I have one idea of challenge.
Yeah,
who can come with a great idea of snowflake with LEGO Braille bricks? If you manage to do one, I'm sure it's going to be great. And please share the picture on Facebook.
Yeah, with LEGO Braille bricks.
Yeah, with LEGO Braille bricks. Ooh, that can be tricky.
Yeah. But we didn't manage to do that, so maybe if some of you can.
We have 1 week to do so. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe no question, but once again, Merry Christmas and see you next year.
And thank you. Have a nice end of day
Bye.
or night or evening.